those songs, my husband Michael, who usually joins the youthful Inspire Choir, is in Big Red Lake, California today, so we definitely missed him, did we not? Yes. Welcome to the Satya Center. We truly are a center that offers so much more than just spiritual food for thought on a Sunday. If you haven't tried some of our other offerings, I invite you to. We have a wonderful workshop coming up that Kimmy so nicely explained. If you want to understand more about metaphysics, new thoughts, the science of mind, and what we do here at the Satya Center, please join us for that workshop on the, what day was it? The 18th. So today is the first Sunday in February, so happy birthday to everyone that has a birthday. Who has a birthday in February? No one. No February birthdays? Wow. Oh well, there are some people celebrating their birth this month. Somewhere. So, the month of January, we focused on the basic principles of the science of mind. It was a wonderful month of talks, but it was very teacherish. It was preacherish. And so February, we're moving into the month of love and soul and heart. And the theme for this month is living wholeheartedly. Living wholeheartedly. So we're going to explore that each Sunday this month. My talk for today is titled, Radical Care of the Soul. And so as I was spending time this week in diving into, what is the soul? What have those that have come before us shared about the soul? What do the religious traditions share about the soul? And how do I really feel about the soul? What does it mean to live a soulful life? And so we're going to be exploring some of the wisdom from those that have come before us, and maybe some new thoughts, some tips for taking good care of your soul. Taking good care of our soul. So this is a slower, more grounded, a deeper talk today than maybe we've experienced over the last few weeks. A more meditative, contemplative. So in my research for the soul, I came across a lot of people that I admire and their explanations of the soul. So I'd like you just to settle in your seats, maybe just close your eyes, and allow these words to speak to your soul. The soul is that part of you that existed before you were born. It will exist after you die. It is the highest, most noble part of yourself you can reach for. Gary Zukav. The soul is the fingerprint of God that becomes the physical body. It's like a fingerprint, unique to everyone. Unique in its own development and expression, and filled with the divinity that is the essence of all there is. And that's by Uyanga and Zent. Dr. Deepak Chopra said, the soul is the core of your being. It is eternal. It doesn't exist in time and space. It's a field of infinite possibilities, infinite creativity. It's your internal reference point with which you should always be in touch. The soul is the spirit. It is the connecting line to God. The soul is where the Holy Spirit resides. The soul is the spiritual essence of who we really are. The soul is the part of us that never dies. It is who we are at our core. It carries all the messages and the lessons that we've learned in the past, and it holds all the messages and lessons into the future. Then be forward. The soul is your innermost being, that you are beyond form. The consciousness that you are beyond form, that is the soul. The soul is who you are in essence. That's Eckhart Tolle. The soul is the inborn consciousness that watches the mind come and go, that watches the emotions of the heart come and go, and watches the world pass before you. You, the consciousness, the center of being, is the soul. Michael Singer. The soul is the birthless, deathless, changeless part of us that looks out behind our eyes and has no form. The soul is infinite. There is no place that it is not. Dr. Wayne Dyer. Marianne Williamson says, the soul is the truth of who we are, the light, the love that is within us. It goes by different names. It's the truth of us. Michelangelo, the great artist, said that he didn't carve a statue, but simply removed the excess stone to reveal the brilliant figure that God had formed within the stone. So that is how we are. Inside us is the being that God already created. Some call it the Christ, the Buddha mind, the Shekinah, the light, the soul. And our job is to get rid of the excess, useless fear and the thought forms of the world that actually hide the light of the soul. I like that one a lot. Llewellyn Van Lee, a Sufi teacher, said, the soul is the divine part of ourself. It is our divine nature. That part of us that is one with God. Everybody has a soul. It is the immortal, eternal part of ourselves. It belongs to God. Dr. Jean Houston said, I believe that the soul is the essence of who we are. I believe it transcends our leaving this mortal body. It comes with codes and possibilities and the next layers of who and what we may yet be. It is often a pain in the neck because it says, wake up, it's time to wake up, don't go back to sleep. It is also the law of our becoming. I like that one too. In Transcendentalism, Ralph Waldo Emerson, it said it's a spiritual essence. The soul is a spiritual essence or a vital force in the universe in which all souls participate and that therefore transcends individual consciousness. You kind of getting an idea? Are you clarifying for yourself what your idea of your soul is? It's kind of hard to talk about. It's kind of mysterious that we're all doing it. These people are all taking a stab in the dark at defining the ineffable. Alan Watts said, the soul is something that contains the body. The body doesn't contain the soul. Thomas More, who was a priest and is a psychologist and professor and author who I studied his book. Kimmy and I are actually reading his book, The Care of the Soul, at the moment. And he says, the soul is a very delicate, deep part of ourselves. The soul is individual and unique and has feelings, important thoughts, relationships and memories. All of this material together is the soul. I'm sure that soulfulness and truth are closely related. The soul isn't about a particular race. It isn't about a particular genre of music. Soul is about authenticity. Soul is about finding things in your life that are real and pure, the things that you know are at your core, the things that you were put here to do on this earth. John Legend. So the soul makes us who we are. And each of us are individual soul prints, unique, like fingerprints. No one has your fingerprint. No one has your soul. No one can ever completely know you or understand you. Pam read something about, unless you know yourself, you can't know anyone else. How can we possibly begin to get to know each other at the level of the soul without deep, meaningful conversation and much time spent together sharing our longings and desires and heartaches and sadnesses? Maybe you have a few soulful friends that you can do that with, that you can spend time sharing those parts of you that maybe you haven't yet discovered for yourself. Maybe that's what this idea of a soulmate is all about. We find someone, and I don't mean the soulmate meaning someone of the opposite sex or a husband or a wife, as much as soulmates. Maybe we have several soulmates over the course of our lifetime where we spend time with that individual to learn deeper aspects of who we are, why we're here, and maybe in that relationship, that one-on-one soulmate relationship, we can allow the other to be the mirror for us so we can get a clearer image of who we really are. So maybe this month is the month that you're to find a soulmate. You're to find someone to help you reveal the brilliance of who you are becoming. This is from the book What You Believe by Mildred Mayer. You are divine spirit. You are a child of God. You have been given complete dominion over your life. With God, all things are possible. You are never alone, for God is always with you. Be positive in thought, word, and deed. Live up to the highest you know in all things. See the presence of God in your fellow man, particularly when you do not like him or her. Give something of yourself in everything you do and to everyone you meet, particularly when you don't feel like it. And meditate daily. That's her wisdom. So taking care of the soul. What really matters to our souls? Have you ever thought of taking care of your soul? Has that ever even occurred to you? No? Yeah? Some of you? Well, let's do a show of hands. Who would consider that they take care of their soul? That they actually do it. That you actually do it. It's not just a good idea. Go and get a pedicure, get a manicure, taking care of my soul nails.
Would meditation be a form of taking care of yourself?
Yes, meditation. Meditation is a wonderful way to care and nourish your soul. They say that prayer is talking to God, whilst meditation is listening to God. So I'd say that meditation is the soul's primary diet. Thomas More, from his book Care for the Soul, a guide for cultivating depth and sacredness in everyday life, says, when we relate to our bodies as having a soul, we attend to their beauty, their poetry, and their expressiveness. Our very habit of treating the body as a machine whose muscles are like pulleys and its organs engines forces this poetry underground, so that we experience the body as an instrument and see its poetics only in illness. So let us not overlook the simple beauty of life and look for the poetry and spend time finding things that light up your soul, not your mind so much. We're really good at, stimulating ourselves and stimulating our minds. We are a science of mind center here. So we put a great emphasis on the power of the mind. And I think that's just part of the prescription, if you will, for a deep and meaningful life. We can look at our thoughts, inquire into the thoughts that are causing us struggle and strife, and we can replace those thoughts and think of more positive thoughts that align with who we want to be and what we want to experience in this world. The mind is a wonderful tool, but we also have a body, and we also have a soul. So we're a combination of body, mind, soul, and spirit, and our world, our life. So it's time to take care of the subtle parts of us, those quiet parts. The soul doesn't have a loud voice, does it? You have to really listen to hear the voice of the soul. But when it's tapped into, it's very loud. It may not be loud to the ear, but it's loud to the heart. Like beautiful music. Just the softest, simplest melody can bring delight to the soul. Beautiful art, when an artist is really in the zone, really inspired and paints a masterpiece, that's not loud to the ear or to the mind necessarily, but it's very loud to the heart. Have you ever looked upon a piece of art that brings you to tears? So there's dimensions to this caring for the soul. It's not like a list of get-rich-quick items or how to succeed in business or anything else like that. It's not the surface stuff as much as it is the deep, meaningful stuff. So we can neglect the soul. We can get really distracted by life and overlook this poetry, this artistic side of us, this side of us that's looking for heart-to-heart connections. We can get caught up in too much work. I can be guilty of that. Anyone addicted to doing? Keeping busy? Busy. Trying to fill up something? Well, the soul doesn't get filled up by being busy. It becomes quiet. Have you noticed when you're too busy, there's not a lot of soul in your life? Yeah. So what kind of nourishment does the soul need? So I thought of some things. What does the soul need to really be full? So that our life feels rich and juicy and fun and exciting, and you're having deep, meaningful connections with others or nature or your hobbies and pastimes. What does it need? It needs self-acceptance, radical self-acceptance. Clear, this is from Tara Brach. She's a Buddhist teacher And she wrote a book called Radical Acceptance, Embracing your life with the heart of a Buddha. Clearly recognizing what is happening inside us and regarding what we see with an open, kind, and loving heart is what I call radical acceptance. If we are holding back from any part of our experience, if our heart shuts out any part of who we are and what we feel, we are fueling the fears and feelings of separation that sustain the trance of unworthiness. Radical acceptance directly dismantles the very foundations of this trance. So when we don't accept ourselves, when we don't accept what's happening in the world, I call it arguing with what is. When we argue with what is, we're missing the depth of who we really are, and we're not allowing the experience to give us the fuel that the soul is requiring. Somehow we've been conditioned to think that there's something wrong, that if something out there isn't pleasing to us, we've got to have a lot of mental activity around that. Well, don't do that anymore. In her book, Loving What Is, Byron Katie talks about the importance of really being at peace with what is happening. She says when you argue with reality, you lose, only 100% of the time. So arguing with reality, or not accepting reality, or not accepting ourselves the way we are, that's another thing. Thinking we're not good enough, or we're not worthy, or we don't have what it takes, or we're too old, we're too young. That keeps us from really tuning in to our soul. Because the soul doesn't, none of that has anything to do with that dimension of yourself. Your soul has never been too old or too young. Your soul has never been bored, angry, frustrated. Your soul is completely satisfied. And so can you be too when you tune in to the depths of you, those realms of you that feel completely at peace with what is, even in the face of turmoil, current turmoil. Even in the face of current turmoil, is there a part of you that is at peace? Maybe think about that this week, if you happen to turn on these. Imperfection is not our personal problem. It is a natural part of existing. All of us are perfectly imperfect. Who came up with this idea of perfect bodies, perfect careers, perfect? We've been conditioned to think that we have to reach some ideal or some goal, and then we'll be perfect. Perfectly happy, perfectly in love. Well, that's a myth. It's a myth. We live in an imperfect world. And we have within us everything that is required to negotiate and navigate this wonderful, always changing, diverse world of contrast. Yes? Your soul knows this, right? There's a part of you that knows this, and then your ego mind maybe has something different to say about it. So just notice. Notice this week when you're in midst of a disagreement or a conflict, or you're unhappy with the way things are. Notice. There's a part of you that's perfectly fine with this, and there's a part of you that's perfectly annoyed with this. And so maybe you ask yourself, when you find yourself in that place, and you've got those troubling thoughts in your mind, to say, who would I be without that thought? Who would I be if I wasn't frustrated right now? Who would I be if I wasn't depressed right now? Who would I be if I wasn't mad as hell right now? Now that's not to deny your feelings, because those ups and downs, those experiences are really food for the soul too. Because when we have an experience that we don't like, we know what we do like. And that brings dimension to the soul. So who would I be without that opinion? That's a good one. Who would I be without that opinion? And I think you'll find, so maybe we're just polishing the lens here, like the Michelangelo story. We're removing the stone that stands in the way of the brilliant statue that's within. So we clean the lens by letting go of some of our thoughts, opinions, fears, emotions that block us from truly being at peace with the world and peace with ourselves. Another thing that helps us nourish the soul is, I was just checking the time here, is having the right work, having the right job. And that's maybe not one job for the rest of your life, a career that you decide when you're 17, 18, and you retire at 65 and you've had this one perfect job. I'm not talking about that. I know in my life I've done many things. I'm an artist, and that's part of my job. I'm a minister, that's part of my job. I do teaching classes, take care of my family. I have a lot of roles that I play, and each of those things feed my soul. So my question to you is, does the work you do feed your soul? And if it doesn't, why are you doing it? Is there another job that you could do that would feed your soul more abundantly? And maybe even make more money? Sometimes we just get stuck in a rut and we keep doing the same old thing. And maybe that's not feeding the soul. Play. The soul needs play. What do you do? What lights you up? What do you do for no reason that just brings you joy? I'm seeing all kinds of faces light up and light bulbs go on, and maybe I don't need to hear all of those things, but the soul needs that kind of fun, simple play. I know I'm going to see The Purpose of the Dog or some movie with my grandchild, Kylie, today. Are you playing? Are you taking time to nourish yourself through play? Hobbies. Do you have hobbies, or are you too busy for that? Do you have anything that you love doing and love making or creating? And can you do it with other people? Are there things that you love to do that maybe you've only done by yourself up to now? Maybe there's some other people that want to join with you in doing something you love. Maybe there's a group, a meetup or something that you can join that with people of like mind that enjoy doing things that you enjoy doing. Would that feed your soul? And also feed the soul of others. Anyone do anything like that in a hobby group, or what do you do, Pam?
We have a group of girls who get together every month and work on craft projects,
Nice.
and it's so much fun.
Does it feed your soul?
It feeds my soul.
Yeah. Okay, we've got one person, two people in the group. What? Another person. Do you have something that you do with the group that feeds your soul?
Yeah, I do. I'm part of a rock climbing group.
A rock climbing group. Wonderful. See the fun you're missing out on if you don't have this kind of thing in your life? Who else is part of a group or an organization that has fun together? What do you do in church? Choir, you sing. And does that feed your soul? Well, I had a beautiful quote by Aristotle about music and singing to the soul, but I took that one out because that's sorry, liable. He's talking about that. Yeah. Singing. Are you talking about singing and music and the song of the soul?
Yes.
Okay. Something like that. If it's not like this month, it'll be next month. Yeah, music really is the language of the soul, I think. So get involved. And those of you that are thinking, well, I don't know, I might do that. Come and talk to me, I'll give you an assignment. Also, the soul can be benefited by you being prosperous. You being rich and abundant and having the resources that you may do what your heart and soul desires. It's an old myth that it's really spiritual to be poor. You're here to be rich, to be abundant, and to do all the things that your heart and soul desire to do. And that takes resources. So welcome that abundant flow into your life so that you can shine your light more brightly and shine your soul, the light of your soul, more brightly. Some more food for the soul is seva. Seva is a Sanskrit word. It means selfless service or sacred service or volunteerism. It's a beautiful way to get out of your head and into your heart when you give of yourself, when you volunteer. How many people volunteer in this room? Does that feed your soul? Yeah. Yeah, I really encourage you to try it if you haven't. If you haven't served, if you haven't seen, it actually gives you more than it gives those you're serving. Haven't you found that? Those of you that give in that way? You actually receive more than you give when you're volunteering, when you're helping out. And you also get to connect soul to soul with people. It is a great honor to be able to serve someone else. And that the soul loves. That's really why we're here, is to serve each other. Community. The soul loves community. And this community, there's a soul within this community, kind of like a collective soul. And you may have noticed that with other groups and organizations and that you've been involved with. Isn't there sort of a consciousness or a soul of an organization or a group or a family even? Your family has its own soul, its own community identity in that way. So your soul craves that energy, the energy of a community, the soul of a community. And as you are that unique fingerprint or that unique soul print, you bring something unique to each community that you're involved with. And the fun thing about being a part of a community, especially a community that has a clear purpose, a clear vision, mission, and intention, is that the energy you bring to that community creates what's known as synergy. And synergy is created, it's energy that is greater than the sum of its parts. So it's very important to be involved in community because it enhances our spiritual growth and development. There can be a quickening when you're in that energy or that vibration of community. More food for the soul is friendship. Friendship. The soul loves friendships. We talked about soulmates. But friendship is do you take time to be friendly? Because some people come to me and they complain that they don't have any friends. And when we explore into things, it's that they're really not very friendly themselves. So maybe this week it's an opportunity for you to become more friendly. The soul loves it when you're friendly. You know that, I can see on your face. Yeah. The soul loves friendliness. And spiritual nourishment. Spiritual nourishment, you're here. You came here today, you followed some internal prompting, some nudging for you to come and be here today to be spiritually fed. What else do you do? Do you read spiritual material? Do you read poetry? What do you do to spiritually nourish yourself? Do you take hikes? Do you connect with nature? I'd love to hear a couple of people share. How do you connect spiritually? How do you feed your soul? Nobody.
Well, I just made into a road hunt with elk, and every morning I'm just like watching the elk, just watching the grass and beautiful. Being water, I mean, I just love the summer because I'm just being in the pool. It just feeds my soul. Amazing.
Thank you.
Hugs.
Hugs, yeah, that's very important. Take care of our bodies, touch each other, hugs. Who else? How do you feed your soul?
I like to get out hiking in the nature, good conversation, read poetry.
And that's it.
Oh, simple walks.
Walks,
I don't know, I connect with sunsets.
sunsets and sunrises. See, the soul, it doesn't take, you don't need a lot of money either. There's very simple things that you can do to feed the soul.
I'm a people person. I'll just even walk up to a stranger and tell them you look nice today, or I like your earrings, or stuff like that. I'm a really people person. And on the other thing you said earlier, I look forward to every Sunday to being able to spend time with Lacey. Feeling kind of like it's clear. And she's my niece, but we're like best friends. And I love coming here, and I'm so glad that I was introduced to this. And I went to the one in Salt Lake, and then said, well, you know, this one's closer, let's go there. And we really like this one better.
Thank you. Thank you. See, the soul, there's many, many ways to feed the soul. So take good care of yourself. Take good care, radically good care of yourself. Not that easy. Take good care of yourself. That's what I have to say. Just take good care of yourself. Take good care of your soul. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. There's nothing wrong. Nothing's missing. Everything's perfect. That's how it's all. And you can feel that way too. That's right. So as I turn within and feel this soul within myself, this warmth, this light, this friendliness, this deep sense of knowing and belonging, I open up to that dimension of oneness, where I see that we're all aspects of one soul. As Ralph Waldo Emerson, the transcendentalist, said, there's an oversoul, and each of us are aspects of the one soul. Here on this earth walk, for 100 years or so, each of us gifted with this amazing life, this incredible opportunity to drink in the beauty of our planet, to engage with others, to dance, sing, play, and explore. Mysteries and magic abound in the realm of the soul. So I know and accept for each of us this week that we sweep the pathway that is before us, that we clear away the fear and the doubt and the guilt and shame and the sadness and the anger that sometimes muddy up the pathway. And as we sweep the pathway, we walk along the path of this week with a sense of peace. Peace in our minds, in our hearts, and our bodies. We walk with a sense of joy. Joy in our mind, joy in our heart, and joy in our bodies. We walk along this path with a sense of power and strength and courage. Strength in our mind and in our heart and in our bodies. We walk along life's path this week with love and compassion. Love in our thoughts, love in our hearts, and love in our bodies. We walk along life's path this week with wisdom, with deep intuition activated. Wisdom in our thoughts, wisdom in our hearts, and wisdom in our bodies. And in this way, we walk together as one. One mind, one body, one heart. For this we give thanks. For our life we give thanks. For our soul and all that we love we give thanks. For all of the ups and downs we give thanks. And for staying solely focused in the now moment, we give thanks. Yes. And so it is. Okay, well, should we clap? I think clapping. I like to clap because it inspires gratitude within me, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to be here and to be a part of this meeting. So we have a tradition here. We take an offering at the end of our service, and you'll find in your program a blessing of the offering. And what we know here at the Satya Center is that we are sourced by an unlimited source, a limitless source for good. And so today, as we give, we're affirming that continuous, infinite, eternal source. And as you know, many of you know, we are a tithing center here. And what does that mean? 10% of what we bring in, we put out into our community, saying thank you to organizations, institutions, and individuals that spiritually feed this community, especially often. So if you have any suggestions for us, if you know of a fabulous organization that could use some flow of prosperity in their life, let us know, because we love to share, and we love to be a center that's known to support people doing good work in our community. So if you will, repeat with me the blessing of the offering. Joyfully I give with gratitude, for I know that as I give, I am given. I allow the abundant nature of the universe to flow